Hey there, everybody. This is take two because I started my stream and it was on the wrong page, and I have a good reason for that. The reason that happened is I got a whole new setup here. I'm trying something brand new. Well, not completely brand new. I've moved from Mac to PC for a reason. We're going to kind of get into that. Not that that's Airgun related. So, first thing, big news. If you saw the title, then you know why I'm so excited tonight, and I'm like bouncing a little bit because it's so cool that we have, and this isn't just, we have a tracking number. Oh, let me turn the volume off again.
Hello.
All right. So isn't that we just like have a tracking number? We have, we actually have inventory, and here's the deal. A couple weeks ago, I don't know, maybe it's a month or so ago, I brought this bad boy out. Oh, this is the Umrex Hammer. Okay, and I was talking about how awesome it was, and then I did a little first looks video, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna switch cameras here. All right, so let me switch over. So this is, let me take that, screen's too big, isn't it? Look at that. Just in the way. All right, so this is the hammer. Okay, so there we are. We talked about this. I've done a video sort of already on this gun, and we already know. I'm going to move myself again here, down out of the way. There it is. We already know about this gun. We have talked about it. We've seen it. We have been discussing this for years, years and years and years. This is not. All this stuff on my desk. This is terrible. So what we have not been able to do is actually have inventory of the product, because it's been so popular and so back ordered. It's been really tough for them to be able to catch up. Well, I gotta say a special thank you because I got something right over here. So hang on just a second. Set this down right here. I'll be right back. This is not just an empty box, and it's not a box we're going to open tonight, because what this is a brand new hammer, and we have 5 of them. So come tomorrow, probably around noontime, my first chore tomorrow is actually going to create the product page and get it posted on Airgun Pro Shop. This guy we are going to have available for sale. Airgun Pro Shop, we got 5 of them, first come, first serve. And we're going to post them up regular pricing, not trying to gouge anybody or scalp, as we see so much of that going on. We just know how desperately some of you guys want to get your hands on a hammer. And so, no special treatment. Keep your eyes on social media. If you haven't subscribed to Airgun Pro Shop, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you need to, because that's where we publish all of the cool stuff that's going on. That's where we throw it, and that's where we're going to let everybody know when these will be available to buy. We got 5 of them. Now, I don't know when I'm going to get another 5. Hopefully, I can do something every little bit. I'll be able to kind of get some in the chain and get orders in and be able to pull them out and be able to share them with you guys, because as much as we've been hearing about it and talking about it, it's like a whole nother thing to go from talking about this product to actually shooting the product and or using it or taking out hunting or all of those things that I know you guys want to do. I've shot it a little bit. It's awesome. It's got so much going for it that I am in fact, this month, I think it'll be the last Friday in the month, or excuse me, the last Monday in the month, we're going to have, excuse me, go over here. The last Monday of the month, we'll have our review of this gun. So, definitely stay tuned for that, because we'll be putting it out on the bench and just doing a bunch of our real like old school airgun reviews. We'll run it through. Now, I only have really maybe 1 or 2 types of pellets, cast bullets, whatever you want to call them, for this, and we'll test both, and we'll see what kind of power we get and what kind of shot count we get, which is like 2, maybe 3. We'll see how this gun really works and how it's going to work for you in the field. And if everything works right, I think this video will drop on YouTube. This video that we're doing tonight will drop on YouTube sometime right before this video goes live. So if everything goes well, we should have that old school airgun review of the Umrex Hammer. I'm so excited and pumped because I know that you guys probably have a lot of questions, and it's hard to describe, give you guys the answers, but I think through that video we're going to be able to do it. So what do you want to do? If you guys want to get your hands on one of these, then what you got to do is go to, there it is. You guys need to go ahead and go to Airgun Pro Shop and be ready. We'll probably put it right on the home page. We'll have 5 of them. That's what we got. Hopefully we'll be able to get some more down the road. Okay, so what else do we have going on? We'll go ahead and put this away. So what do we got going on? Well, we've got some pretty cool news, primarily with regards to the Airgun Expo, and I'll go ahead and run through that, what we got going on there. We do have dates set. It is going to be May 10th through the 14th. We talked about that last show. What we are now very excited to talk about is we have some really key sponsors signing up. The big one, we've got Airguns of Arizona, which is going to be coming out. Larry, if all goes well, Larry's going to be bringing the van out, and we should have like some really killer air guns to play with, guys, on range day and talk about in the studio. So I'm hoping we get to see stuff like, I don't know, well, I'm hoping we really get to see some really cool things coming out. So if there's anything going on, it looks like the video here's kind of froze. I don't know if that's my computer or what's going on here, but nope, it's fine. I don't know why it does that. I think maybe I need to do this and maybe enlarge it. Anything going on? It looks like the video here's get rid of froze. I don't know if that's my computer. Get that. Okay, so now I can see comments because that's what I wanted to see. So we've got, as I said, Airguns of Arizona coming out. I know Umrex is going to have some stuff. I can't tell you what they're bringing, but it's pretty cool. We've got a couple other people that are on the hook, and I'm trying to get JSB out. We'll see how that works out. And all in all, I think it's going to be a really good time, guys. We should have, this is our first time doing this, and it is, I don't know, we'll see how it works, but we've got some really cool things that we're going to want to show you. So if you haven't been to the website, I'm going to just zip over there real quick because I know we've done this in the past, but I want to just do it again. So I'm going to switch over to the screen here, and we're going to zip over to the Airgun Expo, and let's go ahead and make me small like this and put me maybe down here in the corner out of the way. Okay. All right, so this is the website. If you guys haven't seen about the Airgun Expo or what we're doing, this is it. So when SHOT Show didn't happen, then GTA came and we started talking about, can we do something? Can we bring information to the airgunning world about what's new, what's cool, what's going on out there so that everybody can be informed? And that's really where we started this whole concept of the Airgun Expo. And it took us a while to kind of figure out what we wanted to do. We did some sample videos, see how it might work. And they were actually a ton of fun. And if you go to our website and you just go to the homepage here, first of all, if you guys take a look at that background, that is where I live, way out in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty awesome. And you can actually go see our ranch right there, which is Grace Ranch, which is cool. All right, so first thing that I think people are going to really want to see is the virtual range day. So here on the virtual range day, you're actually going to get, well, on these demos, it was Travis and I, but if everybody that we're thinking shows up, what I'm hoping is, yeah, we'll probably tinker with the guns, but I want you guys to hear from some other people that maybe have never touched some of this stuff before. I know Angie's going to be out, so if you guys watch her channel, she's like super pumped about shooting in general. So you can just imagine what Angie's going to be like when she gets to play with some of these guns that are just like super top shelf, or just, I like the Hammer. She's going to love that. So we did some of these demos, and we just, look, this is just raw live footage. You guys are seeing, what we're seeing as we're seeing it, as things are happening. That's what the live range day is all about. Now, you guys could take a look at some of these videos. We did the Swarm we did the Origin 22, and we also did the Benjamin Caden. And all of these guns really did really well. I mean, it was funny. Travis is not much of a break barrel guy. In fact, he shot it once and said, I'm done. He just not his thing. I kind of like it. So we're going to have that sort of different flavor of people looking at stuff, and you're going to get some different perspectives versus just what I think. You're going to have a lot of different people that will be able to contribute and tell you what they think about the products that they're putting their hands on. And if you guys have questions in the middle of all of this, that you guys will be able to ask questions right in the midst about the products you're seeing. That is just super exciting. So we're going to have an entire week, and that's what we're scheduled right now, an entire week of just promoting cool and awesome air guns. So I don't know who else is going to come yet. We got this week and next week. We're trying to get everybody together, and we've got a little time. I mean, it's a pretty easy fit for somebody to just send some product and us be able to go through it, or we get them on Zoom and be able to talk about it, in the studio or something. And speaking of the studio section, if you go over again, just back to the homeroom here, or homepage. Let's skip down here to the live studio. And this is where we're going to be able to actually maybe have some one-on-one with the manufacturers themselves and let them talk about their products so that we have a good understanding of what they bring to the table. Now, one of the things we wanted to focus on just happens to be the utility of being able to shoot, and compressors are a big part of that. So Travis and I worked with the Hill compressor. We also played with the Daystate compressor, and they're two very different products, and they don't really compete in the same space. They have different utilities, different feature sets, for example, and just very good units. And you guys may want to know which one's right, which one's right for you, I guess you'd say. And we're able to do that in these studio segments. So we're going to be doing those again live. You have questions, be able to ask those right then and there, which is kind of cool. And we talked about Hawk Optics and also been about ATN Corp and their cool products. So this is a little bit of what we got going on here. The last thing is we're going to be building this out aggressively over the next, probably rest of this week and next week. All the exhibitors that are presenting will actually have virtual exhibition booths or exhibitor booths. I don't know what the right word there is. And all of the products that they want to tell you guys about will be here. Like I've had the SWA, and SWA will be there as well. We're going to be showing these guns off in all their cool glory. These guns are very cool. But we've had several people actually contact us over these forums. Now, if you are an exhibitor and you're thinking about, is this going to be worth my time? Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about seeing if that is going to be a good fit for you guys. And then, we're happy to work out a way for that to, work for you. And I'll tell you that as the owner of SWA Airguns, I've gotten several good leads and contacts off of the page there, just having been up a short period of time. So I'm pretty excited to see what this is going to do, not just on that week, but long after. You see, one of the things that, as Travis and I were talking about, what really I think is going to make, Airgun Expo more valuable, let's just say, than just the traditional trade show, is that it's not just done and over. All of this stuff that we have on the website here, all the videos we're going to be doing that week, we're going to post and provide to you as an exhibitor or the public to go and see and re-look at them again. And we're not talking about 5-10 little snippets of just this. We're talking about all of the goodness that you would be able to see, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the whole event is what we're going to be putting out there. So super excited about that. If you are a viewer and you're interested about air guns, please be ready for the week of May 10th through the 14th. If you are a manufacturer or you are a vendor or you are someone that just has airgun products you want the world to know about, please go ahead and take a look at that site and let me know if you have any questions. So before we go, any further, I wanted to just open it up. If anybody has any questions, I know, Angie, you were up here for a little bit. If you have any questions, or if we have some other viewers that have some more questions, please let us know. Now, we did move this broadcast over here to Airgunwebtv, because that's where this content is going to live going forward. So it's a little bit shallow today on people watching live, but we will be posting this, and you guys will be able to reach out and ask questions after the fact. But if you have any questions about your air guns, or what's going on in your world, or you have just want to know what's the right choice, or just some opinions, please don't hesitate to ask. The last thing I was going to go ahead and talk about today, I'm going to take a sip here. That was nice. So the last thing I was going to talk about today is a little bit about just probably how to pick the right air gun. So more and more people are getting interested in air guns. They're firearms people that have not been able to find ammo or even buy a gun, and they're saying, I want an air gun to do this. In fact, I had a really nice phone call with a gentleman who needs to clear coyotes off his property. And he was, talking about some different options, because they had some folks out there with rifles, with cans and thermals and all kinds of stuff. And you have tens of thousands of dollars sometimes tied up in, all of that gear. And he wants to be effective, but doesn't really want to spend that kind of money. And so he was talking about caliber. And, really, when you're talking about game, you start getting into that coyote-sized game. And you can probably get away with something a little smaller, but having a little more gas in the tank is always going to be to your advantage. And so let's talk a little bit about like caliber and energy, because those two things really are important. Caliber, because the size of the wound channel does matter, and energy is just how much punch you're given. So if you have a teeny little projectile with a lot of energy, if it doesn't really expand and cause damage internally, it just passes right through, and you actually don't get the result. Versus like a larger, slower projectile, you actually may get a better result. So, and that larger, slower may actually give you more energy and give you that, that more clean, more ethical kill. But he was talking about, using something on the small side, and was thinking about a 25 caliber for coyote. I'm curious to if you guys out there that do a lot of hunting, what you think of that option. I think a 25 cal could be very effective, provided it has the energy to match the job. And so as we were talking about air guns, one of the guns that kind of came to the surface happened to be the Seneca Eagle Claw. Now, the reason I like that gun is right out of the box, this gun will do 60 plus foot-pounds with heavy 25 grain pellets. You can actually run slugs in it as well, and now you're getting even more energy out of this gun, and you're getting more lethality. The beauty of that gun is, one, it's actually really affordable. Two, it's relatively quiet. I mean, it's not mouse fart quiet. And if you want it super quiet, you can add an adapter and put a Donnie FL or a TKO or a Neoclag or one of these other moderators on the end. That's a pretty easy thing to do. But because it's got the variable power at the bottom, you're able to have that one gun have much greater utility. So if you want to go out and hunt coyote, you can do that. Just turn it all the way up, and you may get 15, 20 really solid shots and be in good shape. If you want to go and hunt raccoons, well, you can go do that too and also be in good shape. So you have a lot of flexibility with a gun like that. And then now it comes down to, what are you going to put on top of the gun? And if you're going to hunt during the day, then obviously any scope is great. If you want to capture your hunts and record them, my go-to is going to be ATN. It's an all-in-one solution. It's one button, and you got great footage. It just, provided you hit the button, you're going to have, it's just pretty much foolproof. Now, I know that there's some other things that attach to your scope, and I've had mixed results with those. And the only time I've ever had an issue, Angie says, and squirrels, good point, Angie. The only time I've really had an issue with, like, say, the ATN is when I forgot to hit the button. Now, you do need to keep your firmware up to date on all those things and be mindful of that. But most of the time, it's just click, and you got the footage, which is awesome. Now, they have the two different versions. They have the Excite 4K Pro, which is what I run on my gun for the daytime stuff, and it is a night vision scope too, which, night vision is sort of, I think it's more function than really what the kind of technology it is, because it's really an infrared camera that has an illuminator and lights up the night with invisible light, which works really, really well, by the way. Works exceptionally well. That's great if you're going to hunt day and night. That's a great option. If you're primarily hunting at night, then the thermal is, oh my gosh, the way to go. And I bet you Angie, knowing that she's already done some hunting with the thermal, because if you've watched her channel, you've seen the hunts, she loves her thermal scope. And I got to tell you, I love my thermal scope. It's just the difference between like a infrared camera scope versus a thermal scope is so dramatically different that you just have to look at them and go, yeah, there's no comparison. Thermal is just so much better. And again, with the ATN, like the 4.4, you get recording, you get great optics, great clarity. It is just a really, really good product. But those will easily drop onto something like the Eagle Claw and be a really nice, solid sort of small game to medium predator type of a gun. Now, if you wanted to step up to shoot larger game, you want to go beyond coyote, and now you're talking hogs and other things, that's when you really need to look at a caliber more suited to the task. And Angie's really the hunter amongst us on our channel, at least the one that's posted most of the cool hunting videos. And her hog hunts have been, not hog hunts, excuse me, her deer hunts have been amazing to watch what she's been able to do with essentially a 400 foot-pound 45 cal. Really a great, some great footage and a great job she's gotten. But you go into the bigger animals, and that's when the larger caliber is something you want to start taking a look at. So that's a little bit of a tip tonight. If you're looking to start getting out and do a little hunting, potentially some night huntings. If you're dealing with small game and stuff, 25 cal's great. 22, 25. If you're going to go 22, make sure you get something that's got a lot of gas in the tank if you're going to try and take coyote and stuff, because I think it's probably underpowered, generally speaking. 25, you got a little bit larger projectile. It's heavier. You can run slugs a little bit more effectively, and I think that's a really good caliber, provided your gun can push them. You don't want to use a 25 cal break barrel and go out and try and you just will not going to have the energy, not even in the same ballpark. Then you go to bigger animals, whether day or night, and now you need to start looking at those calibers that are best suited. 35 is a great caliber, 45 is an excellent caliber, and 50, as we've now got the Hammer in stock. So excited about that. 50 is, especially when you have a 50 like this that's pushing 600 plus foot-pounds, I mean, that is just sky's the limit on what you want to go out and hunt. So go out and do some hunting. And if you want a hammer, then definitely be ready about noon tomorrow for Airgun Pro Shop. We got 5 of them that we're going to make available, and I'll put the page live 12 o'clock Mountain Time, and anybody that wants to pick one up will be able to do so. And that, to me, is super exciting. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this this episode. Been kind of a quick one, unless anybody's got some... let's see. If anybody's got some questions, we can answer kind of quickly. If not, we're going to go ahead and call this an early night tonight. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Next week, we'll have Travis here. We'll be able to talk about some other cool new stuff. And what might that be? Well, I'll give you a little hint. Excuse me. I got word today that my next shipment for Umarex products is coming in, and I'm super pumped about that. We should have it this week. And yes, we've got some new models. If you guys remembered the old Umarex Sniper, we've got those coming in. And if everything goes like I hope, it's an upgraded model. It will have it, 30 cal, 45, and 50. So I skipped the 35 because I thought kind of, if you're going to go 35, might as well go 45. It's just a kind of a sweet spot for the gun. And if you're going to shoot smaller, might as well just go 30 because you're going to get more versatility out of 30. So skip the 35 and went with 30, 45, and 50. And those, if all goes well, we'll have those in by the end of the week. And we'll have some more Rex Ps, and we'll have some rifles. And the other thing I've got coming in, and this was something that I just wanted to roll the dice on. And we've only got a couple. But if it goes well, I'm happy to get more. And we've got the Rex rifles. And you guys have probably seen them on our website. They're super light. Mostly we sell a lot of them in 50 cal, a lot in 45. But I've really been wondering, what will a 25 cal Rex rifle do with slugs? And so I ordered a couple just so we could see what happens. But I know that I've gotten close to 100 foot-pounds in the past with the Hunter Supply 25 cal slugs. And if I can get near that 80, 90 foot-pounds, even though it's single shot, it's such a compact, small little product. Man, that would be sweet. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. That'll be probably one of the reviews we'll be doing here shortly. Guys, now that's definitely it. I don't see any questions popping up here yet. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys for watching. Please, even if you catch this after the fact, please go ahead and share this and let people know. They have their airgun questions. They want to talk stuff. They want to know what's going on. Come right here. Airgun Web TV Live. My name is Rick Usler. Thanks for watching.